Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with less BSery. I am your host, Marlon Clyburn, and basically I'm doing today's show because I ran across a couple of articles that honestly just pissed me off. And I figured I did not want to do these topics on Saturday show. The Saturday show is supposed to be a little more lighthearted, a little more playful, just to unwind from, the whole week of crap we all got to deal with. So I decided to jump on today just to do a show on these two topics because I just felt like it was something that just needed to be put out there. So the first topic is the police shooting of Antwan Gilmore. Now I'm a little more irked about that is because I noticed that wasn't even a nationwide public story. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even know about it if I didn't hear the rumor that, well, not the rumor, if I didn't hear the news that Washington is going into their 11th night of protesting, and this, among other reasons, don't get me wrong, there are other reasons why they was protesting, but now the shooting of Antwan Gilmore by the police was added to this protest. Now, of all the things, all the excuses that I've heard from police shootings of minorities, this tops it all. Because the only reason I'm even more pissed is because you shot a man who was asleep in his car. That was it. Somebody called the police on him because he was asleep in his car. The police came. The cops saw that he had a gun in his holster. So he called 10, 11 of his buddies to surround this sleeping man in his car. Startled the man. The man moved in his car. They opened fire, hit him 6 times, and killed him. That's the story. So I'm just going to play this little clip and I'll explain it a little bit more. And then I'll come back and I'll really hit home why this is just such a messed up situation, more than normal.
MPD Chief Robert Conti, he stressed and belabored the point that police protocol is to not shoot into a moving vehicle. And why that happened yesterday remains unknown because the officer who fired those 10 shots into that vehicle has not been compelled to make a statement while the U.S. Attorney's Office continues their investigation. But take a look at some of this video that was just released from the body cameras. He said that the protocol is to not shoot into a moving vehicle. I asked him specifically, was the vehicle then a threat? And he says that is a part of their investigation. We've also learned some more details about Gilmore. We were told that there was an open warrant for his arrest at the time, but when officers stopped him at that time and were trying to get him awake, they didn't know that he had a warrant out for his arrest. We also learned details about that gun that was found on his body. It was found in his right hip. Chief Conti tells us that he was leaning kind of far back in the seat and that when he woke up, he kind of, raised up some, but we're not clear as to if that gun was ever a threat to anyone. They said that the gun was still found on his waistband once the car crashed along New York Avenue. We also know right now that this will continue to remain under investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office, and if disciplinary action is to come down, that will come from Chief Conti. But we asked Chief Conti a number of questions, including how his officers are reacting after a day full of police-involved shootings.
It is just very difficult to see from that officer's vantage point through the lens of the ballistic shield that he had deployed. It's very difficult to see what he saw at the point where he fired his weapon.
Yeah, easy. It is. Here's the thing. So let's go back a little bit. So we can knock out all the excuses that's gonna come. So Marlon, he had a gun. Well, obviously there's evidence showing that he never reached for that gun or even used that gun because when they found him after they killed him, after he crashed his car, the gun was still in his waistband, so the gun never moved. So you wasn't threatened that he was going to use a gun. The gun never moved. Well, Marley, he had a warrant. Well, obviously, you just heard that the cops didn't know he had a warrant for him. So you didn't surround the vehicle because he had a warrant, because you had no knowledge that he had a warrant. So what other excuse could you possibly use for killing this black man who's asleep in his car? What could you possibly say that you feel justified in killing a black man who is asleep in his car? That in and of itself is enough to piss me off, because I know I'm going to hear so much about how hard it is to be a cop and how bad it is to be a cop, and they fear for their life so much that it's a split second idea of everything. Okay, you want to use that excuse? Okay, so explain to me how this dude can sit in a truck, tell you he has bombs in his truck, and he's still alive. He has a phone out videotaping himself live with bombs in the car. Is that a phone or is that a gun? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. That's a white man. So obviously that must be a cell phone, because if it was a black man that pulled that out, it must look like a phone, and you'd have rat-a-tat-tat that truck to pieces. But this man can threaten the police, say he has bombs in it, videotape it, and he gets to walk home tonight. Regardless of how you want to say it, he got arrested, and he went to jail. He gets to see his family again. Antwan don't, for sleeping. While this man who told police he had a bomb, he has bombs, and he's ready to let it go. No cop fear for their life then? He's pulling out his phone. So this man had enough time to pull out his phone and go live on Facebook. And just read something from Facebook that it took 30 minutes from them to pull it off. So he went live on Facebook for 30 minutes with the same threats. He gets to live. He gets to walk away. The real threat, because that was his point of being at the Capitol anyway, was to be a threat. I have bombs in my truck. I am a real threat. So the real threat gets to live. The guy who's asleep in his car that you assume is a threat dies. This is what we've been talking about. At least for me, this is what I've been talking about for the last 2 years. It is just a BS-ery. If you want to do stuff like that, fine. Be the a-hole. Just don't come up with some bull crap over and over and over again for your reasoning for doing it. Because it's a lie. And you're not even good at it anymore. That dude, I'm sorry, I keep bringing this picture up. He had bombs in his truck, or he's allegedly saying he had bombs in his truck. Everybody, he is still alive. And for anybody that sits there and go, oh, so what do you want him to die? No. And funny thing about it, it says more about you than it says about me, because my equality doesn't mean I want him shot just like the black man. No, I want him to live just like I want the black man to live just like he did. That's what my equality is. If you want to make everything so equal, that's my equality. I want that black man who was asleep in his car to live just like that white man with alleged bombs to live too. That is my equality. It is crazy. It's immediately crazy that we are still going through this day and age. That we're still having this same subject. Still. For everybody to be thinking about everything other than why is cops killing minorities more than any other race in the United States, and we still come up with excuses for it. A white man can walk around with alleged bombs in his truck, he gets to live. White man walks up into a black church, kill 9 people, he gets a lunch and he gets to live. White man goes across the border into another state to protect their stuff, to protect the stuff in their city that he doesn't even live in, shoot 2 people, walk right back across state lines, and if it wasn't for the outcry, nothing would have happened to him. He gets to live and get paid millions of dollars. But when we sit there and say, well, gee, there seems to be something wrong with minorities getting killed, I got to hear 50,000 excuses why that's okay. And you can't even come back and even say, well, Marlon, we need the whole story. We'll never get the whole story. You killed half of the source. We know the whole story of what's the guy's name? Ray Roseberry. We know his whole story. They got to investigate him. They got to interview him because he lived. That's how that works. You get the whole story. You kill half the source. So guess who we get our majority of our source information from? The living people, the ones that killed them. So we're on the 11th day of protesting in D.C. with a bunch of people sitting around going, they wasted their time and all this stuff, and there's nothing going wrong, and this is not a racist country. Every time you say this is not a racist country, this is not a country built on racism, it's proven that you're wrong day after day after day after day after day. And if it wasn't such a country, you wouldn't be breaking your neck trying to erase history as much as you possibly can, or at the very least, whitewash it. So that in and of itself ticked me off today. I was going to be done with that. I really was. I really wasn't even finna. I was going to stop at that store. I was like, hey, this is going to be a 15-minute piece. I just had to get off my chest and everything else. But no, no. The fun just keeps coming. The fun just keeps coming. So, I'm sorry, here we go. Georgia Anti-Vaxxers shut down mobile vaccine event. Get ready, everyone. Anti-vaccine protesters in Georgia has disrupted several mobile COVID-19 vaccine drives and caused one to shut down completely, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported. The Office of Georgia Public Health Commissioner Kathleen Tomey told the newspaper Monday that public health staff at vaccine drives, quote, have been harassed, yelled at, threatened, and demeaned by some of the very members of the public they were trying to help. This was said at a press conference Monday. Tomey said she also received hostile and harassing emails. This is wrong, quote, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. These people are giving their lives to help others. We should be thanking them for trying to give life-saving vaccines to our state. The mobile vaccine event that was shut down was set to take place in North Georgia, where a group of protesters showed up to harass public health professionals according to the Journal-Constitution. Nancy Nadane, Comey's spokeswoman, told the newspaper, quote, besides feeling threatened themselves, staff realized that no one would want to come to that location for a vaccine under these circumstances, so they packed up and left. Comey said harassment, quote, came with the territory for some in my position, but to that, it shouldn't be happening to these nurses who are working to try to keep this state safe. The confrontation in Georgia are the latest in a series of incidents in which anti-vaxxers and anti-mask protesters have publicly harassed and berated healthcare workers. Governor Ben Kemp issued an order last week deploying more than 100 National Guards to hospitals around the state to support staff amidst a rise in cases. So, it's one thing. I said last week, I done got to the point where I just really don't give a damn if you take the vaccine or not. I just don't. It hurts me to say that because truly in my heart of hearts, I'm a humanitarian and I don't want anybody to hurt. But I can't go round for people who don't want to take the vaccine. I don't want to go round for people who don't want to wear masks. I don't. It's done. I'm done with it. I don't care no more. Take the vaccine or don't take the vaccine. I just don't care no more. You do you. What I will say is, what you are not going to do, because you're very good at being hypocrites on certain situations. So this is what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do is be a hypocrite on, so you don't want to do something is being a sheep. So you decided you're going to force, because that's your thing, right? That is your thing. You're being forced to take the vaccine. You're being forced to wear a mask. So you don't want nobody to force you to take a vaccine and force you to wear a mask, but you're going to force people not to take a vaccine or force people not to wear a mask. You have lost your damn minds. You have lost your ever-loving minds, you arrogant, self-centered, egotistical a-holes. You have the audacity to make the decision that you don't want to save your own life and save others. You don't believe in that. Fine and dandy. But then you're going to go around and make sure that everybody else can't? You purposely are going out of your way to control the lives of everybody that's not you. That is your mission. You're not saving lives or saving sheep or all the other rhetoric that you like to throw out there. No, this is all about control. You want everybody to be just like you. So if you die, hell, you want everybody else to die too, even if they don't want to or not. So you decide upon yourself that you made the decision what's best for you, but then you turn around and decide you're going to make the decision what's best for everybody else too. And how childish, how immature to go and threaten nurses and doctors. You always talk about protesters have too much time on your hands. Damn, how much time on your hands do you have that you will go to these sites and mess with these people and threaten them for their decisions that they're making? Remember, we're back on that. Your decisions. You get to decide what you're going to do with your body. You made that decision. But then you want to turn around and make decisions for everybody else too. You're a bunch of hypocrites. I don't even know who that is. I did not want. I promised myself and I was going to do this. Who said that? I promised that I was going to do this. Oh, that's still Izzy. Yes, Izzy. I I hate hypocrisy. But that's what we done got into in this society, in this country, is a bunch of hypocrisy. Do what I say, don't do as I do. So the whole world's children and you're the parent. And like I said, I'm through trying to argue with these people. I am. There's way too much information out there. It's way too much proof out there that this is the right thing to do. So I'm done trying to talk to you. You can miss me. I will ignore you really, really, really fast, as if I don't even know you. That is just really simple. But you got the ever loving nerve to decide upon yourself. Well, my message ain't getting out loud enough for enough people to die. So I'm going to make sure it happens. I'm going to go harass all these people, and I'm going to harass all these doctors, and I'm going to harass all these nurses and threaten all these nurses for the things that they're doing to save this country. And then you're going to cry that it ain't working. Look at all the people that's died. It ain't working. I can't take it no more. I really, really can't take it no more. I don't want you to die. I just don't care enough. I've learned this the hard way. I can't care about you more than you care about you. But at the very least, stay the hell out of my business. You do you, I'll do me, and everybody be okay. But if you want to do you, and then you're going to try to force it on me, or force it on other people who got the common sense enough that wants to save their life and save their fellow man's life and save their family's life, while yours die off damn near every day, there's a death, thousands of deaths a day, and you want to use this as a freaking coincidence? You're not going to kill me. Let's make that perfectly clear. Let's make that perfectly clear. And I'm talking for the people who have the common sense of taking the COVID and wearing a mask. Let me explain something to you. I'm sick and tired of wearing a mask too, but I'd rather mask than die. I'd rather wear the mask than get sick. I don't think I need to emphasize that anymore. I don't like being sick, so I'll continue to wear the mask and hate wearing a mask. You can actually do two things at the same time. I hate wearing a mask, but I wear the mask. I hate wearing a seatbelt, but I wear the damn seatbelt. I hate going to speed limit, but I'll go to speed limit. Not really hypocrisy when they remain so consistent, is it? No, the hypocrisy comes in as they pretend they're not doing the same thing that they complain about. Like I said, if you're complaining that stuff is being forced on you, that the vaccine is being forced on you, that wearing a mask is being forced on you, but then you turn around and force people to not wear a mask and force people not to take the vaccine, that's the hypocrisy. So you do you, I can do me, and we'll all be happy. But we're not really all gonna be happy, do it? Because you got to always go that extra step. You always got to do, you want to do what you want to do, and you want to force other people to do what you want to do. Which, by the way, funny thing is, that's one of your issues too. That's another hypocrisy. They're forcing. They always forcing things on. They're forcing history on us. They're forcing critical race theory on us. They forcing the vaccine. They forcing the mask. Everybody wants the force. until you got something that you really want, and then you will go out of your way to force it on anybody. Because that's what you do. You're a bunch of lying hypocrites. Make sure you understand the lying part about it, because it goes with the territory. I'm trying not to, but boy, this right here, I don't even watch. There are hundreds of videos of anti-vaxxer videos and mask and protests. I don't even watch it anymore. I don't even watch it. I don't even care. Hundreds of videos of Karens. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I do not want you to die, but I cannot care for you more than you care for you. I don't have the energy. Honestly, I don't have the desire to do it. I'm not. And I'm not going to lie. At the very beginning, I was feeling sorry for you, because I really felt like y'all was taking down the wrong path by very powerful people with very loud microphones and newscasts and positions. I really felt like they have been taken down the wrong path, it's stuck in their head, and now they what? But it's been an effing year and a half now. I don't know what else to tell you anymore. Do what you think is best. Pray on it. But by all means, I'm still making this perfectly clear. You do whatever it is you want to do. Just stay the hell out of my business. Don't concern yourself with me. Don't even think about concerning yourself with me. If you more concerned about mask wearing and vaccines, and you have no problem with police brutalities and police killings, you are the last person on the face of the planet I ever want to hold a conversation with. Especially if you start any sense of, well, I'm just looking out for your best interest. Miss me. You're looking out for your best interest. And the interests of your friends and your neighbors and whoever believes in this BS that's been spewing out of your mouth for so long. If you want to if you want to get sick and eventually die, nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. But you have crossed the line when you have decided you're going to take innocent people with you. And that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. You want to do it, feel free. But don't go out there and start taking innocent people with you. People that want to live and want to do the right thing. Don't go out there and do that to them. You don't want stuff being pushed on you. That's what you say? Government control. But then you turn around and do it to other people. Same people call folks savage when they're attacking doctors in Africa during Ebola. Yeah, it is. They're savages. How dare they? We're just trying to help. Increasing number of children are dying. That part is what makes me have zero patience for anti-vaxxers. It's not even the patience. I just don't care no more. Izzy, I just don't even care no more. My humanitarian, the humanity in me refused to say I want y'all to die because I don't want you to die. I didn't give you life. I don't want to take. That's not me. It'll never be me. Even when I talk about cops and the things that they do to minorities, I still don't want a cop to die. No, I don't want a cop shot. No, I don't want a cop killed. That's not my equality in this whole situation. But apparently saying that I want the equality, if your sick mind goes to if everybody got to die at the same time compared to everybody got to live, again, I have no time to hold a conversation with you. Because if that's the first thing that you go to is everybody got to die, that's the way we show equality. So the same equality is with these anti-vaxxers. You want to do you want people to stay out of your life, you want the government to stay out of your life, you want everybody to stay out of your life, so you can do whatever you want to, feel free. But you have absolutely, positively no right to force your agenda, sounds familiar? Your agenda on other people. No rights. And you can pick up the Bible and look up 15,000 Bible verses which makes you think that you have that right. You still don't. I don't care what it says because you're going to twist the words of it anyway. So we're not even going to go that route too because I know y'all like to do that too. Well, the Bible says, because I guarantee you there's a part of the Bible that's going to contradict that and you're going to miss that on purpose. It was more about unvaccinated or the unmasked. That's the real question. It is. And like I'm trying to explain, Chico, is if you make that decision, if you don't want to do that, hey, fine. I remember a while back even listening to Tucker Carlson sit there and say, if you're walking down the street and you see a parent wearing a mask and you see a children wearing their mask, you can confront them. Yeah, okay. Right. Because what your decision is to make, you're going to try to make it for everybody else. Yet, when the turns bad, which it is, every individual for themselves now. You should have thought about that before you did it. Don't ask for a handout now. Don't ask for help now. You're on your own. It's not my fault. And I still just can't get over that. I'm sorry. I still just can't get over the fact that you still want to force your agenda on everybody else, which that was your argument from the beginning, that you didn't like your other people's agendas being forced on you. Wow, these protesters need to get a job and go get a job. They would do less protesting. You effers need to go get a job and stop protesting. You need to do the exact same thing. You got way too much time on your hands. You want to write a blog, you want to do a YouTube video, you want to do a podcast, knock yourself out. There is nothing you could possibly say to me and to a lot of people that justify you forcibly having people kill themselves or get them killed because you don't believe in it. And trust me, we done got so many stories. Oh my goodness, Mafia. We got so many stories of these people who have podcasts and talk them down the vaccine and talk about wearing masks and everything. And the next thing you know, those same people that's talking about it can't be here this week because they're sick and in the hospital. And then they can't be here, period, because they're dead. but the show must go on. We still got to keep talking bad about the vaccine. We already got the story about the guy who had vaccine, was in the hospital, had COVID, was about to die, and literally told her children, please do not tell anybody that I died of COVID. I'm done. I'm done. I'm serious. I'm done. You do whatever the hell you want to do. Just leave us out of it. We don't want no part of it. Go march somewhere else. Keep your hands to yourself. Go yell at each other. But leave us out of it. Because we still have a life that we want to live. We still got things that we want to do and achieve. And I'll be damned if I'm going to allow any of you who don't care about life whatsoever to stand in our way. So with that, that is our show for tonight. Now, because I preached so much, as several people have said, I thought about this Saturday's show. And I found that although I keep saying that I'm going to make the show lighter because I want to relax everybody and everybody unwind from this crap that I preached on today, but we still wind up doing serious topics. So what I decided was, I'm going to remove the serious topics. So this Saturday is going to be funny. It's going to be funny. It's going to be lighthearted. We're going to trip out. We're going to pick on somebody. Take my word for it. How can I say this without spoiling it? I have a video of somebody. None of this is political. That's the good thing about this Saturday. None of what I'm doing Saturday is political. I don't think. Nope. None of what I have is political. So there you go. But this Saturday, I have a video that I feel is going to split the panel. Nothing political whatsoever, so we'll still be friends. But it is, it's Chico, who I just talked about on this show, has a podcast, Real Relationships. It comes on tomorrow at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Real Relationship with the Simpsons. So, as a matter of fact, you know what? No, I didn't get rid of it. Real Relationship with the Simpsons at 7:00 on Facebook and YouTube Eastern Standard Time. This is more of his wheelhouse of a subject. Well, the video is. So, yeah. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be wild. But anyway, that is my show for tonight. Once again, my name is Marlon. Please, before you leave today, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really, really helps the channel out. So please do not forget to like this video. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe. If I'm not even your cup of tea, and I may not be, and that's fine, but please support somebody who's in the same frame. At the very least, I may not be your cup of tea. My background is not the best. My videos may not be the best, anything else. So fine, I get it. But please support people like me who does videos like this. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.